It's the Storyworks podcast, starring me, Andrew Hall, with a special co-guest this episode.
What I'm Burgundy.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Episode 17. It's a somber one. Because I have to start with, you're probably wondering why there's a special guest this episode.
And so many other episodes that you should listen to.
I know that a few episodes ago, news of my death was greatly exaggerated.
No, that's my fault for spreading false information.
It turns out I am alive. Hello. I just, yeah. But I do have to say that
that was not
in the time, Zach Gosen, our esteemed commander-in-chief, our co-host, has died.
Big rib. My man.
Press F to pay respects. I cannot talk about it without crying.
I can.
I haven't slept in weeks. It's been painful. Been going to counseling. Just kidding. He's not dead.
Oh, damn it. I was about to go into gruesome detail about his fictional death.
No. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's just under the weather. It's that time of the season. Everybody's getting sick.
And it's ridiculous. Like, my boss is sick.
For our listeners in the sunny spots of the world.
However, if you're not living, in Midwestern America, you're probably not dealing with like a cold season right now. But
the yearly.
But we are. It's about to start snowing, which is insane. I'm not ready for it. It's not even November.
For real. Like.
Or it. Well, ha. Joke's on you. It is November.
Right. Because of when it drops.
But yeah, it's crazy. I'm not ready for snow yet.
Nah, not even close, dude. Like, it was freezing rain last night, so...
Yeah, that shit was insane.
Like, that psyched me out. It started looking like snow, and I got worried.
Yeah. It was snowing the other day.
It was snowing at like 2, 3 a.m.
Jesus
was it?
Christ.
Yeah.
Like, actually snowing.
The little one wouldn't go out this snow.
I hate
oh, my
that.
God.
I hate that.
He said it was snowing sideways. That's how you know it's Ohio.
Well,
fuck the state and its weather.
Ohio, it's definitely one of the states that exists.
It's there.
For sure.
It's on the map.
Yeah, it's all Ohio, actually, and it always has been.
I just seen the one meme that was like, better check your kids' candy bars, because I just found the full state of Ohio.
Oh, my God. There's a meme that I saw that's like, it's from Rings of Power, the new Lord of the Rings show, and it shows like whenever Mordor gets created, and whenever they show like the title card for like where it says Mordor, instead of saying Mordor, it just says Ohio.
Classic. I just love when people break up the United States into like West Ohio, North Ohio, and all
South,
that.
and then Texas.
Yeah, we're just taking over.
Texas is always just Texas somehow.
They're still trying to secede, bro.
They never stopped.
Literally, there's a motion every single year, from what I know, to secede from the United States. And I'm about to just let them.
Just let them. Goodbye.
Everything's always going to be Ohio.
Well, are you? Have you watched any new anything you've been watching recently, Dennis?
I just been rewatching What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that.
So I've not seen that,
Dude.
but I want to watch it. I've heard really good things about it. My brother watches it, or he's watched it before. I know there's like a new season.
Funny vampires is what the world needed.
Yeah.
For real.
Taika Waititi is hilarious. There's a movie too.
Really?
Yeah, that's what the show's based on, is a movie.
What was it?
It's also called What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
The one thing I fucking hate is vampire shit.
Yeah.
I cannot even.
Dude, I
You're
swear to God, this is
beautiful.
that shit. Yeah, and I'm not gonna
beautiful.
lie. One of the main characters, Nadja, it's like Nadia spelled with a J.
Yeah.
Because they're all like vaguely European.
Mm-hmm.
Bad as fuck. Like, she obviously bad as hell.
There you
Funny
go.
as shit. Like, She tries fake singing in the accent, and it's just hilarious.
That show, the humor that's in it seems like there's a show on HBO Max that came out over the summer called Our Flag Means Death.
Our Flag Means Death.
It's created by one of the dudes from Flight of the Conchords, I think.
Oh, I love those guys.
I think it's like created by like Jermaine.
Oh, he's the most talented out of the two of them.
And it's like a biographical kind of retelling of the life of the pirate Stede Bonnet, the gentleman pirate.
Oh my god.
Who's played by Rhys Darby, who was like in the Flight of the Conchords TV show, he was like their manager.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so he's this gentleman pirate who like he literally leaves his wife and 2 kids to just become a pirate because that's what he's always wanted to do. Like he builds a ship and just goes out, and like he pays his crew a wage so they don't have to like raid pirates, like be actual pirates. They can just be people at sea.
Oh my god. So this guy is just like sailing a boat with a crew.
Kind of. It's like a satire of like the pirate like genre, I guess you would say. Like when you think of like stories about pirates, you think like Pirates of the Caribbean, like swashbuckling, we're attacking this boat.
Yeah, getting drunk, shooting cannons.
Yeah. This is very much like I mean, this has that for sure, but it's very much taking like a more comedic look at the life of being a pirate.
I kind of love that idea.
Taika Waititi is in the show as Blackbeard.
Dude, fuck yeah.
And his version of Blackbeard is so like cool and unique. I love him. Very cool show. I think there's 8 or 10 episodes, one of the two. It's on HBO Max.
That's not bad. Is it like a limited series, or are they looking to greenlight a second season?
I can't remember if a second season got greenlit or not. But I hope it has, because it was a really good show, and the way they ended it definitely set it up for a second season.
Hell yeah.
But it's like, so like I say that it's like, very much like a satire comedy, but it also has those like tender moments. Like, have you ever seen Jojo Rabbit?
I feel like I've watched like reviews of Jojo Rabbit. Isn't that based in like Nazi Germany?
Yeah, that's like the Nazi Germany satire film.
Yeah,
comedy, but it like
really hits home.
Yes,
some of the
it has like some very emotional, tender moments, and this show has that as well. There's like a romance subplot that goes on that like you don't expect at first. It just kind of creeps on so fast, which kind of was strange at first, but I very much got into it.
Yeah, I mean they weaved it into the story pretty well. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And Jermaine's really good at that shit, because even with the Flight of the Conchords, like it had some of those points where it's obviously comedic as hell.
Yeah.
But it had some of those points where it would hit a little close to home.
Yes,
but it always like came in organically with the narrative.
Yeah. Very good show. I recommend it. If you're into like What We Do with the Shadows, I feel like.
See, I love pirates.
I feel like this show kind of. I was gonna say, I feel like this show kind of hits that kind of vibe too.
Oh yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, just like old timey anything plus modern day comedy. You know what I mean?
Yes, very much great. So. It's super funny.
That's another thing I love about What We Do in the Shadows is it's based in modern day Staten Island.
Okay, but it's all these like vampires that feel like they're older.
Yeah, well, I mean they're all like, hundreds of years old, and they're so detached from it. Yeah, they're so detached from the modern world that they act like they're from their era.
That's funny.
They dress like it. It's like a classic gothic castle on the inside of their house and shit. A lot of adult humor.
Yeah.
Like super sexual vampire shit.
Of course.
Which I'm into.
I was going to say, well, trust. We know your sexual proclivities.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that and they're literally hundreds of years old. Like, how do you get older than that?
Just keep living, not dying.
Just not dying.
Just don't die. You continue to age.
It's a great show though. You could pull it up on Hulu.
Is it just on Hulu?
I don't know if it's just on Hulu, but it is on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a FX property.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. You're right.
So you'll go from that to Sunny to Dave, and then
just fall down the rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, dude.
I've been wanting to check out Dave too. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've
is so good.
Seen some of like the freestyles from the episodes.
He got some fucking bars in that show.
Oh yeah,
bro.
For sure. Absolutely.
Like
I respect it.
Yeah, I thought he was just gonna lift some shit from his old material for real.
But no, he just comes up with it.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's
good.
Like I do not believe that any of it's off top, but you write
not
it
like
for
in
the
the
show.
moment. Yeah. It's not like he's like, okay, let's roll, and then I'll just fucking freestyle it.
He has some cool people in that show too. He got YG on an episode. Yeah. Taco from Loiter Squad.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's Dave's DJ in the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's cool that he went from fucking what is it, Wolfgang or Odd Future?
Yeah.
And like really did the shit as a DJ, and now he's playing a DJ.
That's funny as fuck, actually.
It's so good, dude.
What have I been watching lately?
Your Man Get Buried.
Huh?
You've been watching Your Man Get Buried.
Oh yeah, I've been
Rest in peace.
Dealing with funerals. Haha, just kidding. No, I've off the top of my head, the show that has just been living rent free in my head has been The Rehearsal.
The Rehearsal.
Which I think we may have like hinted at talking about this like in previous episodes, like just like very casually.
Because I feel like I've heard about it, but I can't remember.
So, did you ever watch on Comedy Central a show called Nathan For You?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So it's that dude. Nathan,
it's like the magician that does live pranks and shit.
Yeah, so like he's not a magician.
Okay.
But what he does is like he might have done an episode where he did something like that. But what the premise of the show Nathan For You was that he would find these like local businesses, like really small local businesses that are like kind of failing, and come up with a really insane strategy to like boost their sales.
That's awesome.
Like one was she had like a porcelain knick-knack shop.
Dude, yes, the antique store.
Yeah. You might want to just tell us.
Dude, he fucking, so there's this lady who owned like an antique store, brings him in to come up with a way to like boost her sales, and he's like, I perused the area and discovered that completely surrounding her antique store were bars that were open late at night. So the plan, have her change the store hours to be a 24-hour antique store.
Classic. More foot traffic.
Make the shelf, like the aisles, like significantly smaller than they were previously.
And then when people break shit,
bring in drunk patrons from bars.
Like free pizza.
Literally, like free. They have like a sign that says free pizza, and then
be at the very bottom of the store through all the small
that's amazing.
He's like, I'm gonna go into a bar. I'm gonna make a friend at the bar, and he does that. He goes and he finds a dude, drinks him out, and he's like, I have to match him drink for drink. So I made this special jacket that has two tubes that run through the arm of the jacket. One tube sucks the liquor out of the glass. One tube replaces the liquor with apple juice so I can match him drink for drink.
Dude, that's cheating like a motherfucker.
And then, so he's
Holy shit.
He drinks the dude out and he's like, hey man, I'm going to like a house party. It's a costume party. Do you want to come? And the dude's like, oh, hell yeah, dude, let's keep this party rolling.
So they put on like the sumo.
He gives him a huge, like inflatable sumo suit.
And they make him
and they walk past. Yeah, they walk past, they see the door. He's like, hey man, look, that store looks like it's open. What's in there? And he's like, free pizza. And it's just this narrow ass hallway. And then at the end of it is a chair with like a pizza on it.
Oh my God, dude.
And he's like, oh, I kind of want that. And he goes in and he's in the sumo suit, just like shimmying. And eventually all you hear is,
dude.
And they have like a you break it, you buy it policy.
Classic.
Like signs everywhere. Like,
yeah.
And so the dude ends up having to pay like $220.
Oh my God. I would be hurt if I were that dude.
And he makes it, and he pays it.
Yeah. Could you imagine how pissed he would be if he found out about the tubes?
Dude.
I'd be like, I thought I had a friend. You betrayed me for a TV show.
But, shit like that. Like, he did an episode where he helped this local gas station by having it do, like, a gas rebate. Like, they do, like, where by doing this rebate, he's able to sell gas for, like, the cheapest price possible. Like $1
really
a gallon.
I'd buy that shit.
But in order to get that price, you have to do, like, a rebate. But it's not like a mail-in rebate. You have to go hand deliver it, and the drop-off point for it, the drop box, is positioned literally on top of a mountain.
What the fuck?
That you have to like hike to. There's no like road access to it.
That's dark, dude. That's dystopian as fuck.
So like people come in and they're like, oh, I want to get that $1
that
gallon
affordable
gas, and they're like, okay, here's your rebate form. You're getting charged $3.50 right now,
but we'll send you a refund if you drop that off.
But whenever you bring the rebate in, you'll get the rebate back. But in order to get it, you have to
hike up
a mountain and drop it off and I think it was also like at the top of the mountain there was a lodge that you had to like stay in.
What?
For like a night. Like that was the only way you were like allowed access to like the top of the mountain. There was like a resort like lodge thing that you had to like book a night to.
And then you gotta spend more money there.
So it was just like,
so you're just losing money this entire time. Dude, that's so fucked. Definitely. I mean,
legendary.
That's the most parasitic capitalism I've heard of since the 80s. Like, that's worse than the McDonald's Corporation.
And it's just super local gas station that's like owned by the guy that like runs the cashier's clerk.
Like, now that's his permanent policy.
But anyway, he created this show on HBO Max called if you can't tell, I've been watching HBO Max.
No, I can see. It's good.
Trying to get in on it,
I'll still say
Discovery
YouTube,
just bought it.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Well, you don't pay for it, you get fucking basically everything, dude. Adds out the ass. But...
Yeah, I'm trying to get my HBO content in before the HBO like Discovery merger goes through and everything.
Happening?
Yeah, they got bought and now like they're like restructuring everything. But anyway, so he had Nathan Fielder got this show on HBO Max called The Rehearsal, and it is like the craziest concept for a show that I think I've ever heard
I feel like Zach's talked about this.
Zach's probably talked about this because I've like talked about this to him and I like forced him to watch the first episode with me. Basically the premise of the show is that he helps people rehearse for experiences that they're trying to do. Like the first episode is about a man who spoilers for The Rehearsal episode 1. Orange juice, no pulp.
Orange juice, no pulp.
So he helps this man. He's hired to help this dude who he like posts a Craigslist ad. Basically, Nathan does, where he's like, "Hey, do you have a story you want to tell or whatever? Send a video in and we can help you."
Right.
And this dude basically says, "Hey, I'm from New York. I play trivia at this bar like weekly with like a team of people. I've known them for like over a decade now, 12 years. And when we first met 12 years ago, I told them all that I had a master's degree."
Oh no. And he's been keeping that up.
And it turns out that
years.
I actually only have a bachelor's.
Oh no.
And I've been, my
fucking
friends, my trivia friends, they keep sending me,
job offers
that require master degrees, and it's just it's been getting to me not telling them for over 12 years now, and I want to. And so Nathan
I automatically hate this main character, by the way.
His name is Core Skeet, and this is like a real dude. This is a real
There's
dude.
no way that's a real dude.
It's a real dude.
Like, that sounds like an imaginary person.
It's real.
Like, his parents are like, hey, we're never gonna have a kid, so like we'll just.
It's rough.
If we have one, we'll call him Core Skeet.
So he goes to this dude's house or his apartment or whatever, meets him, starts talking to him, like having a conversation about like, what your problem is and what we can do about it. And he's like, we're having a good conversation right now, you and I, right?
Yeah.
That's not by accident. Everything that we've said to each other, every interaction that we've had, I've pre-planned and rehearsed dozens of times.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Did
you do it in this room?
In a model of your apartment.
Oh
do you remember last week when the gas company came and they were inspecting for a gas leak?
Dude, they totally did that shit.
And and like it shows like their like the crew's like body cams essentially. And they like knock on the door and they're like, "Hey, we're investigating a gas leak." And they like check his oven and his stove and everything. And while they're checking that,
so they just invaded this man's house.
No, literally,
basically.
dude. While they're checking that, like the dude that's looking at that, like pans over to the side, and it shows one of the other crew members using like an iPad, getting like footage of like of every room.
Oh my God!
So that they can, and they're like, he's like, yeah. So those weren't gas workers; those were actors that I hired.
Dude, that's fucking horrifying.
And we created a perfect model of your apartment, like 1-to-1 ratio model of your apartment, complete with like furniture and furnishings and everything like that. I hired an actor to play a double of you.
Oh my God.
He studied your rehearsal, like your audition video, like the video you sent in.
Learned your mannerisms.
And shit like that. Yeah. And so I've rehearsed everything that we've said dozens of times to try to figure out, the best ways to proceed.
Dude.
And he says all that and like it shows him like rehearsing with the double. And he like when he first comes into the dude's house, he walks in, he sees that there's like a door next to like the door that he came in and he's like, "Whoa, Door City over here, huh?" And it shows him rehearsing that interaction, like him coming in the door like 12 times
and making that joke.
And he's like, "Do you think I should say something about the door?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, it'd probably be funny."
Oh my God, dude, I would be terrified if I were the person whose apartment this is.
It shows him rehearsing telling the dude, so he's like having the same conversation that I literally just had with you about like, "Oh, I've been doing this with a double of you, blah blah blah."
Yeah,
he says that to like the double actor. And the double goes, "Wow." And then it cuts to the real Core Skeet. And he goes, "Wow." Dude, it's perfect. So he's like, "This is what we can do for you. For your rehearsal."
So they just did this as like, hey, this is to show you.
Yeah, but it's also...
this isn't even the real shit yet.
But it's also like Nathan Fielder is like, "I'm not good at talking to people. So I also... like he's like, I have to rehearse these conversations because I need the perfect outcome
this
in
is
order
why
to help
I made
them."
this show. He's
Dude,
like, that way I could fund it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking about the first episode right now, but like the whole season, it just spirals into like something... into literally like the most insane... premise for a show that I've ever seen.
Dude, I'm definitely checking that out now. That just sounds insane.
So he fucking figures out the person that he wants to have the conversation with and tell, gets an actor to become her double, proceeds to build a 1-to-1 scale replica of the bar that they play trivia in, builds it in a warehouse. And I'm talking like the outside of it is like the entranceway, like perfectly.
Oh my God.
The inside has like chairs that have like rips in the same spots as the stools in the actual bar.
It would be so much cheaper to just rent out the bar.
Nope.
Just fucking rent out the bar.
Yeah, but I mean, bro, you got HBO money.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true, but it's not like Disney bottom shit.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you used this first episode to pitch because the rest of the season is not exactly like the first episode. Like, the first episode is very self-contained. It gets everything done like in the episode. Like, it's introducing this dude, his problem. Dude, one of the funniest parts is that he starts explaining that, like, oh, if I start doing bad at trivia night, because like they start running mock trivia in the mock bar.
In the mock bar.
And he's like, if I start doing bad at trivia,
I'm assuming he has mock friends too.
He populates the place with actors. Yeah,
love it.
And like he has like an actor playing a bartender, and the dude walks up and he's like, I'll have a margarita, and she just puts like a drink in a cup with ice and then salts the rim, and Nathan comes up and is like, is that a margarita? And the lady is just like, I don't know how to make a margarita. She's just like, I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
But so the dude's like, if trivia is going bad, I'm not gonna tell her because I can't have this night go badly by ruining trivia night by losing, and then also being like, hey, I lied to you for the past 12 years. So Nathan's like, okay, well, I have to make sure that you win then. And the dude's like, I don't cheat. Like, trivia is sacrosanct. You can't cheat at trivia.
This is the worst client ever.
So what Nathan does is he starts going out on daily walks with him to like get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
But while he's doing it, he's
quizzing him on trivia.
He's subconsciously implanting the trivia answers into his head.
That's
like,
awesome.
Throughout the environment, like they're walking into like to the warehouse to get to the bar, like the fake bar, and he's like, in case you ever need to get in, the code for the door is 1789. Like the year the French Revolution started.
Oh my fucking
God. And then like they're walking past like a building being constructed, like a skyscraper, and there's a dude, like a hard hat worker, and they're like, he walks past him, he's like, that building's pretty tall. And the hard hat worker looks at him, he's like, it sure is, but it's not the tallest building in the world.
Oh my.
That'd be the Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
Dude.
and they're just like, they're like, the Burj Khalifa? And he's like, yep, Burj Khalifa, tallest building. And then
I'm so glad Nathan has a show.
Like, no, the best one. This one is my favorite one, and I think you'll appreciate this just because it's violent and graphic.
Oh yeah, let's go.
So they're walking past a crime, like they have like there's a cop standing by, and there's like tape set up and everything, and the cop's like, no access. You guys got to move on. We got a hostage situation.
Oh boy.
Guy's got 4 people in there. He shot somebody in the head on his way in.
Okay, that's what's up.
And they're like, oh my God. And the cop's like, yeah.
There's this many shootings every year.
It's days like these I curse the Chinese for inventing gunpowder.
What the fuck, bro? Dude.
And the dude is like, and
okay, one, how wouldn't you know that by yourself anyway?
and Korskeet is just like, oh my God, that's terrible. Well, good luck and to everybody involved. And it's just like insane, dude, that he does this. And
he sounds like a master manipulator psychopath. I'm so happy he has
while the rehearsal is while he's like doing the rehearsals, he's got like a laptop strap set up to where like he has his laptop on his chest that he can just like type to. And he has he's building a custom flow chart to plan out like everything. Like, oh, so when they're talking, is she being flirty? If yes, this. If no, yeah. Can't figure out anything to talk about. Guinness Book of World Record facts. No, like literally, it's like programming, dude. Yeah.
If not.
And, like, the dude is just terrified that it's going to go badly. But then, like,
So, the conclusion of the episode, does he tell them about his lack of master's degree?
Yes.
How's it go?
Way better than he thought.
Oh, okay. So they didn't all disown him like elitist pricks?
No, well, so he only tells the one person.
Oh. Okay.
And he's like, it's a one-on-one event, and originally he's planning to just like at the end of the trivia night kind of tell her and go, so that like he's like, I don't want to talk about it, I just want to say that I just want to bring it up, like address it, say I'm sorry, and I don't want to go into depth about it.
Right.
And,
understandably.
Yeah, and he tells her.
She's like, all right.
Well, he tells her, and she's like, oh, what? Oh my God. Well, I didn't know that, but that's fine.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, she's just like, it's that's okay. She's just like, yeah, I thought you did because that's what you said. And they end up actually talking for like
I
an
just
hour
imagine
and
her
a half.
being like, oh, that's fine.
Like they literally end up talking for like an hour and a half about it after he was like, I just want to tell her and be done.
And then she's like, so why did you lie to me for fucking...
Yeah, because he rehearses it, and there's scenarios where it's like the actress playing her double is like,
she's mad. She's
you
like,
lied to me. Like I can't, but like I like like it doesn't matter. Like I don't care about your bad. Like I don't care about your degree. Your degree doesn't matter to me. But you lied to me.
Yeah.
And like, dude, it's so funny. She walks out and he just goes, he's like, don't go, please don't go. And she just the actress like walks out, and then one of like the actors that is like around them in the bar just goes, I heard he didn't have his bachelor's degree, or I heard he only had a bachelor's degree.
Oh my fucking God.
And then another actor is like, wow, who doesn't have a master's degree? And then the fake trivia host is like, tonight's loser is Core Skeet. It's just like the worst case scenario.
Darkest scenario.
Yeah.
That's an actual nightmare.
So he but it goes pretty well. The second episode concept for it, I'm not gonna go into depth or anything, but they have a woman who wants to experience motherhood. She's like 45.
Oh Christ.
And she's been putting it off because she hasn't found the right man, which is like, she's like, the circumstances have never been right, with a man that I love who's very religious in God.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what's holding you back right there. Need to ease up on that shit. Someone will probably hit.
The rehearsal idea is he puts her in her like dream home where she would like raise a kid, and she's going to simulate motherhood, like the experience of raising a child from birth to 18 over the course of 2 months. Using dozens of child actors.
Yeah, just aging each one up slowly.
The way it works is like every 3 hours, because like child labor laws are like they can only work like 3 hours at a time or something like that. So every 3 hours, you would put like the baby or the kid or whatever would go into like the room. Like the clip they show at the beginning of the episode is she's like holding the baby, taking care of it, and then lays it in the crib and then walks out. And then as soon as she walks out, they send out a late, like, yes, like a baby that's like, 2 months older or 3 months older or something like that. Out, like they're running through the backyard. They have like a staircase set up to the window where somebody opens the window up, steps in, grabs the original baby, hands it to puts the new baby back in the crib, and then takes the old baby out. Like if you watched the beginning of it with like no context, you'd be like, what the fuck is happening?
Detrimental to people's mental health.
Dude, no, the last episode of the series talks about a kid who was kind of like affected by this whole process.
Yeah, I could imagine.
It's because eventually the project, like Nathan enters the project. He's like, I've never been a dad and I think I might be good at it.
Okay.
So he starts entering in, and there's a kid who in his real life, he doesn't have a dad. Like his dad is like not in the picture.
Oh no.
And so whenever he would come to the set to play this, the kid's name was Adam. Like the fake kid that they're playing's name is Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he would come to play Adam and he would see Nathan, he'd just call him Daddy, and he like imprinted on Nathan and was like, this is my daddy. And like didn't want to leave set when it was time to
like,
stop.
This is my father figure now.
And like they had to like tell him like, I'm not your dad, I'm Nathan, you're Remy, you're not like, you know how
you're
like
not Adam.
You know how like when you're Adam, I'm daddy, but you're actually Remy and I'm Nathan and we're friends.
We're friends, not.
And like the kid is like not like he's 6 years old.
Yeah, so he's
and he
like,
doesn't understand.
I need this parental figure.
He literally asks the mom like, do you think does he like understand the concept of acting? And the mom's like, I'm not 100% sure. And it's like, you probably shouldn't
do that.
Have your kid act then if he's not.
Yeah,
if he doesn't understand the concept. But he ends up like.
On top of that, like I'm sure he's fully aware. Like, yeah, this isn't actually my dad, but
you know he just
wants that connection with somebody, so he's like pushing it as far as he can.
So he ends up having to like go to the kid's house and see him and like talk to him and be like, look, I'm not daddy, I'm Nathan and we're friends, and like finally break through to him and he asks the mom, he's like, you know, is he gonna be are you concerned for him, like do you think he's gonna be all right? And the mom's like, yeah, I do. And he's like, how can you tell? How are you so sure? And she's just like, it's a mom thing. It's something that I can just see in him as my mom.
That
like
he'll
as a
be
mom.
Okay.
Yeah, like I see myself in him and I can just tell that he's gonna be all right.
Right.
And he's like, he feels
bad. And Nathan's worried.
He's like, dude, I was
not trying to fuck up your kid.
He ends up trying to like rehearse a thing where he hands a kid off to like an actor who's like, he basically like rehearses where he becomes the mom.
It takes a whole nother level.
Dude, like this is what I'm saying. Like it gets to be so like the concepts the show takes on are so insane. Like I can't. It's insane. I keep saying that it's insane.
I'll give him one thing. That's the most original concept for a show that I've heard in a long fucking time.
Just absolutely unbelievable how it all plays out.
Like it feels like you're gonna start fucking with people's
Fucking
lives.
with HBO now, so you need to watch motherfucking
Westworld. I know.
All that.
Also, I finally want to check out House of the Dragon since I've heard it's like really good.
I'm doing what I do again. I'm waiting.
I think it's
got, like a good chunk to watch.
I was gonna say I think there's like 8 episodes out now, so that might be enough for me to start it.
I need like a second season.
You need a microphone.
Yeah.
You need a microphone.
We just need to. We just need to have you mic'd up, Davis.
No,
yeah. He said nope. But yeah, that show is insane. I definitely recommend The Rehearsal. I think
is that also on HBO Max?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and watch that.
That shit is insane. They have like when the kid's a baby, they have because labor laws in Oregon are like kid actors can't act past 7 p.m.
Okay.
So at 7 p.m. they take all the kid actors all go home and they replace it with like a robot baby.
That's spooky.
That is hooked up, like it's got like a soundboard hooked up to it to where like it can simulate crying sounds. And there's a man who is sitting in like a barn that's like off by like the where you would like park the cars for the house.
Yeah.
Watching like an actual live stream of a real baby sleeping.
What the fuck?
So every time this real baby cries, he pushes the buttons on the soundboard to make the robot baby cry.
Dude, that's terrifying. Like, you don't see how that's terrifying.
No, it is. Like that, it's insane.
Like, okay, this podcast could be a rehearsal for all I fucking know.
Yeah. So, we're having fun here, right, Dennis?
What?
That's not a coincidence.
Dude, that would be so fucking... I would be terrified. I'd be like, wait a minute, who was playing me? Was he good?
I need to meet my double actor.
I would absolutely need to meet my double.
He creates like there's an episode where he teaches like a class in like Hollywood or whatever, or like LA, on like he calls it the Fielder method.
Oh my god.
For like how to shadow somebody and like become them essentially. And he like assigns all these actors like, go out, like here's your double. Like, you know, here's their job. This is where they work at. Go meet them.
Right. Track this person down.
Go meet them and kind of figure out, you know, how they act and their mannerisms and stuff. And, you know, come back next week to the seminar, like to the class, and tell us about it. And he does it, and then he's like, you know, participation in this first session didn't really go as well as I wanted. So I planned a rehearsal of this where I have a double who is playing myself, teaching the class, and
Dude.
I'm playing the role of one of the students.
Okay, I am thoroughly convinced. I am completely convinced that Nathan Fielder allegedly killed somebody, stole their life, their name, suit,
no, dude,
everything.
It's so funny. It eventually gets to the point where he like has these actors. He's like, okay, I want you to now go out and get like the same job as these people.
Dude, fucking.
And so like dude's like, okay, my double works at like an acai bowl shop where like you go in and you get like an acai bowl.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I got a job there, and now I'm doing that. And it's like, okay, now what's their living situation like? Oh, he lives in like a big apartment with like 3 roommates.
So we're gonna move into an
so
apartment.
we've
with 3
moved you
roommates.
into an apartment where we have actors who are playing your roommates.
Dude, that's so. What
and then
the
Nathan
fuck?
moves
this
in.
Is method
like,
acting
and then
to the
Nathan.
max.
So like Nathan is playing one of the students, like the student that ends up working at this acai bowl shop.
Dude.
And so he takes his role and moves into his actual apartment where he like where he stays at, and then Nathan's double is like, okay, where's your double stay? He's like, oh, in an apartment. So they create another apartment filled with another set of roommates for this dude to move into.
Dude,
it gets so meta. Like the layers are just intense.
I'm having a hard time keeping up with this.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's like how do you come up with this?
Yeah, for one, like that's
how do you pitch this?
The pitch is you gotta make the first episode.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be that first episode.
Yeah, because it's like, how else do you explain that idea?
Shit's so insane.
God, like anybody that believes in any form of simulation theory,
the show
would be absolutely terrified to be involved.
It starts to just kind of turn into like a discussion, or like kind of like a thing for Nathan himself. Like it stops being about like this woman who they got to do this child thing.
Yeah.
And because he's like kind of injecting himself into it more and more as it goes on. She's like super Christian and like she's like, I'm doing like Christian based homeschooling and we don't celebrate Halloween because it's a satanic holiday.
Again, no wonder you can't get any.
And well, no, because in the second episode, like when they introduce her, she does find a dude who's this like young, like 20-something,
super Christian.
He's like, his name's Robin, and he's this like, he's one of those dudes that like sees numbers and like assigns meaning to them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Weird.
Like he's driving his car and he's like, okay, oh, right there, you know, we're at 40, you know, that clock says 44. 44 means, you know, I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. 88 means new beginnings.
Oh my God. New beginnings.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty dark if you know what 88 is.
So,
I'm playing.
No, you're fine. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what this dude is. And he's like, you know, I crashed my car at 100 miles an hour once, and I landed upright. Like I crashed out of the car and I was standing up.
Oh my God. And then it turns out it's Nathan.
Like his whole character is basically like, I crashed my Scion TC at 100 miles an hour. He just brings it up all the time. And
that's the most exciting thing that's happened recently.
He gets brought in, like she likes him, and he's like super, he's like, you know, like He's like a fuck boy.
Rubby,
he's like a fuck boy kind of
licking his lips and shit.
He like he's like I pray it's a blessed day.
Redoing
we're
the
praising
spikes in
we're
his
praising
hair.
God. Praise God, but I'm gonna fucking smash. I'm gonna smash that fucking.
They're like the frat boys in like
yes.
South Park.
Yeah, like she's super celibate, and she's like I'm a virgin.
Do I have your consent to crush that puss?
She's like I'm a virgin, and I'm not giving this up for no man except unless he's the one. And
she's a 45-year-old virgin.
Yeah,
we have a movie about that.
Or I think so. Or she's like I think she's like a born again Christian because she talks about how she like lived hard in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking maybe she's not like a virgin, but now she's at like she's a born again Christian. So she's like yeah.
Celibacy's weird. Yeah. I never understood it.
So she brings the dude on, like in, and he's like, sure, I'll do it. And Nathan goes with him to his apartment to grab shit, and he's got like a bong, and he hits the bong, and
the burning bush, baby.
Nathan's like, do you want me to drive since he took a little bit of weed? And he's like, nah, dude, I'm fine. He's like, I smoke and drive all the time. And Nathan's like, oh.
Starts going 100 miles an hour.
And he's like, you don't have a license plate on your car. And he's like, it's fine.
That's fine. Who needs one of those?
And Nathan's like, you don't need a license plate? And the dude's like, no, it's fine. And then it cuts to Nathan driving in the car because the dude got high, and they're like, for legal reasons, we can't let you drive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
they're like, you're on a show.
Brings him in, and he's like, I don't know if because he's like, staying celibate.
I love how the whole time you're rubbing your hands.
He's like, I don't know if that's gonna like happen. And Nathan's like, you think you're gonna have sex with her tonight? And the dude's just, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
What's she into?
Pretty much, yeah. And she has like a moment where she's like, it's got like one of the cameras is like just watching, because the whole house is camered up.
Right.
They have like the whole house on cameras. And it just is a scene of her sitting in like the couch of the living room, and she's like praying, and she's just like, dear Lord, praise be to you, and we all love you, and I hope that bless this production, and know that even if Nathan and the crew claim that they brought this together, then that they made this, that it was actually
you.
Done by you.
And I'm definitely taking some penis.
And basically that, and it's just like, okay.
I bet Nathan felt a certain type of way.
He's Jewish.
Like, oh, thanks.
He's
Appreciate
Jewish.
It.
And that becomes like a thing later on, is like but like, so, that dude gets brought on. They don't fuck, but
yeah,
he ends up leaving because he can't handle the baby. Like the overnight shit. He goes to stay the night, and she's like, okay, well, if the baby wakes up, you get to deal with it tonight. And the baby just starts crying nonstop, and he's just like, I need to get some sleep. I'm leaving. Yeah.
First night, he's like, honey, I'm gonna go get a pack of cigarettes.
So then Nathan is like, I know you wanted to have like a father in the relationship for the kid. I think I could be a good dad. Purely platonic, like in a business, like in a working relationship aspect.
Hey, our actor just left.
Yeah, like no romance between us or anything. But like, I can be the kid's dad. You can be the kid's mom.
We're co-parenting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And they agree to do it. But then as the show goes on, he wants to kind of do a little bit more, and it gets to like the holiday season, and they're doing all kinds of Christmas shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, so we're teaching about like Christianity and stuff like that. Do you think we could like maybe also kind of teach about Judaism?
And she's like, why?
Just a little bit, And she's like, no. She literally is like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, because I'm Christian.
And she literally says, because I don't recognize Judaism as a faith.
What? Dude.
Because they deny that Jesus died for our sins.
And that's fucking bad. So They believe something else, so it's not a faith.
And so it turns
into... It's like saying Taoism's not a faith because they don't do shit.
It turns into him, like, taking the kid and, like, teaching him Judaism, like, in secret.
Sorry, that killed me.
No, it's great. Like, he's like, okay, we're taking him to swim lessons, and then he takes him to, like, a Jewish tutor.
I love that so much.
And then while they're at the tutor, he has the kid go, like, stand in the bathroom, like, in the bathtub, so he can, like, get wet. So they can say that he, like, was swimming.
He's learning songs from a cantor.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But it's just insane.
That's crazy.
And it just, like, it all culminates
so
into,
he really takes it upon himself. He's like,
yeah,
you know what?
It turns into something that he's working on for him. And
yeah.
It's just insane.
That's so weird.
Oh no,
like,
trust me, the show is weird. But like I can't stop watching.
It sounds like he's fulfilling his own fantasies.
I think it turns into something, that's definitely for him.
He's like, I'm gonna make this happen.
I'm gonna be a dad. I'm rehearsing being a father for me.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. So can't recommend it enough. Watch The Rehearsal.
It sounds great. It also sounds like I'm gonna have a problem knowing what's real after I watch.
You're gonna watch it
show.
And just think everything.
I'm gonna look at Robin and be like, "Are you an actor?
Have you rehearsed every conversation we've ever had?
That cup wasn't there before." Dude, that's fucking terrifying.
Been watching that. I've watched that like 3 times, I think, like
all the way through. See, I've
seen the first episode of it like 5 times because I've like shown it to so many people.
You're like, dude, this is the one.
Literally, I started watching it and I was just like, this is insane. I can't I just was so blown away by the show and what it is and what it does. I was like, I have to show other people this.
Right.
Anybody that would come over to my house, I'm like, you got like half an hour?
You got like half an hour? Let me put this on real quick. Smoke some weed.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I do with Dave, bro, for real.
Get fucking lit and then just watch this show and just be like, what is happening?
Dude.
Unreal.
And you're like, wait, they're rehearsing the rehearsal for the real thing.
Yeah.
That's where it was.
Just crazy.
That's where it would lose me. Once you start rehearsing the rehearsal,
dude, no, it gets so meta. He's like, how can I figure out what went? Like, how can I change what happened? Should I have used older actors? And he has like a 18-year-old dude playing a 6-year-old, and he's wearing like the same clothes, just like sized up. And there's such a funny shot of like he's like holding this old, like 20-something-year-old dude.
Cradling a 20-year-old man
and he's like, I love
arms.
you, daddy. And then it like cuts to, he's like, there's something about it. I just couldn't separate the fact that I was, doing this with an adult. And the camera like pans to the actor playing this kid standing outside on his smoke break, just hitting a vape like as hard as he could, just blowing clouds.
You're going to need something to reduce the tension because you're getting paid to call a man daddy.
Hey, man, acting's acting.
Yeah, for real. Go pound your vape.
Wait, this is acting? You're not my daddy?
He's just waiting for the blowy to get over with.
Jeez.
He's just like, listen, I showed up to do one thing. I did not think it was going to be on camera for one.
I haven't watched it yet, but as since this is, since we're just shilling HBO this episode, or at least I am. I was checking the app the other day when I was like, after I was watching The Rehearsal, just to see like what new additions there were.
Right.
They finally have added Robert Eggers' first movie, not The Northman, but his first movie, The Witch.
Robert Eggers, didn't he?
The Northman is out, but it's, or at least when it was out on Peacock. For like the 9 people who have Peacock.
Wasn't he the 9 people? Didn't he make The Lighthouse?
Correct.
Right.
He did The Lighthouse and then he did The Northman.
Okay.
The Witch was his like directorial debut, I think.
That was the very first one he came out with.
That was also, I think that and that Anya Taylor-Joy was in that one too. It's like they're like Puritan Christians and like
gotta love that.
In like the 15 or like 1600s or whatever, 1700s,
like Pilgrim level.
Yeah. Like they speak in like old, like they have that like dialect to
the
them,
Queens.
and it's about like this dude who's him and his family have kind of like moved away from their village because of something that happened, and they're like just living on this farm that they have, and then shit starts to go like wacky. Like witchcraft is like implied, and I think, and shit like that.
I mean, from
it's
the
called
title,
The Witch, yeah. And it's like Old English where like there was no W, so it's titled like
it's with a V.
It's like the two V's.
Oh, two V's.
So
I forgot they did that.
Oh, is it on Amazon Prime? Oh fuck! Watch The Northman. It was really good. We did a podcast episode on it.
Yeah, that was the same one you guys did.
The Lighthouse. Yeah, that was our Robert Eggers episode.
I'm not gonna lie, I listened to that episode like constantly at work. It really keeps me from just hurting so many people.
Oh man,
Dude, just like I would never do a mass shooting,
but yeah, we here at the Storyworks podcast do not condone any mass shootings.
I'm probably your most controversial guest that you've ever had. I made a 9/11 joke in the last one. It was pretty graphic.
It happens.
Hey, you guys said it was raw, though. You know what I mean? I was literally trying to get him to cut something out.
And he's like, nope, I'm not editing this.
Yeah, none of it. Not even if it's good for the brand.
But yeah, so I saw that, or I haven't seen it yet, but I saw that it's been added to HBO Max. So I kind of want to check that out.
HBO Max special.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, fuck it.
Learn how deep HBO's been.
Yeah, pretty much how I've fallen down the rabbit hole.
I've been preaching the HBO hole.
Yeah.
I needed to dive back into it. I've been on my Hulu shit.
It all started with me when they gave out the free COVID HBO. I started watching
yeah. See, I never saw Sopranos. Yeah.
I didn't get to finish it.
HBO did free subscriptions for COVID.
Yeah.
That's sick.
You could just go to HBO and shit would be unlocked. Like,
that's
cool.
A bunch of shit unlocked. Like it'd be like Game of Thrones, Sopranos. It'd be like the hard hitters.
See,
that's what I'm fucking talking about. That's customer service.
The big reason that I liked HBO Max so much was that they like last year they did the whole deal with Warner Brothers where all the fucking movies that they released came out same day on HBO Max.
That's dope.
Or not. Yeah, so where like Suicide Squad came out and I was like, I can just watch it right now. Like Batman, like the Batman movie came out, and then like 45 days later it was on HBO Max and you could watch it.
Fuck yeah.
And, watch the Batman movie. That shit's dope.
Sponsored by HBO.
Please? I'll fucking shill out HBO if they give me money.
I'll start watching HBO if they give me money.
For real.
I literally have HBO Max.
I've invested in you. Invest in me now.
I have my homies lock in.
Yes. But I also watched recently the fucking Harley Quinn show.
The animated show?
Yeah.
Exclusive.
It's an HBO Max original, actually.
Fucking love it, dude. Your guys' stock prices are gonna rise after
I'm just saying, man. If they want it. Yes.
Hulu, give me a call. We'll compete.
Yes.
We'll compete with them. I'm saying.
But yeah, so
internal conflict.
The Harley Quinn show, animated on. Yeah, that shit is.
Yeah, I've heard it's like super adult.
It's very adult. It's very funny.
Harley Quinn bad as fuck.
Kaylee Cuoco plays Harley Quinn.
I know her name.
She is.
From?
If I'm gonna do a live Google just to confirm that it's who I think it is.
That's the goggle.
Okay, yeah. It's the chick from Big Bang Theory. Bazinga. It's the blonde.
Penny?
This one?
Yeah, Penny.
It's her, yeah. She plays
cool.
She plays Harley Quinn.
Okay, she got the Travelocity deal too, I believe.
Yeah.
The Travelocity deal.
Yeah, that's
he's
that
like
money.
this is what
That's
this
that
is what
money,
I
son.
know.
Shatner shit.
Yeah, this is what I know. I just gotta wedge it in, bro.
But yeah, she's Harley Quinn in it. And it's basically just the first episode is like her breaking up with Joker essentially.
Oh, good for her.
Like yeah, no, like the whole show is essentially like
He's
the first
so toxic.
Yes.
Is it canon?
It's its own canon.
It's its own canon.
To itself. It like I don't think there's like
It's canon within
comic
its own
line.
universe.
Yeah. Like it's its own thing, like self-contained. Like cuz like the character like Bane is in it and he talks like Tom Hardy's Bane. You know, he talks like this and I am the darkness.
Like a toned down toned down fucking Peterson.
You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, molded by it.
Jordan Peterson, that's his name.
But he's just like this. Like they just shit on him all the time. He's like, I'm evil and I'm bad, and they're like, fuck you, Bane. Pretty much, yeah. And he's like, oh, give me back my pasta blender.
What the fuck?
That
sounds like some Teen Titans shit.
Like no, it's so funny, but like it also is like it deals with like trauma. Healing from trauma and shit, but also while being hyper violent and funny as fuck.
I mean, that's the only way to heal from trauma is by being hyper.
And you know,
violent,
if you're just if you're one of those if you're one of those homies that's just if you're just a massive horn dog and you're just mad horny on main and you're just like I want to see Harley Quinn fuck.
Oh, is that in there?
You don't get to see her like fuck, but like she, they build up like a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy romance.
Fuck yeah!
And I'm like, there you go. He's sold. He's sold. The newest season was literally like
Poison Ivy bad as shit too.
The newest season that just came out was basically about like they've finally gotten together like officially.
Well, that's good. They found themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point, I'm not even like sexualizing the characters.
You're just
like,
happy.
I'm just happy.
Exactly.
Both of you found yourselves. You know what's up.
Joker's in it, and like
Joker's an abusive
Jared
spouse.
Joker?
Damaged. No, but like his character goes through insane changes, like growth as well.
So the Joker, is he more based on like the
no
he's
like
not the
Jared
traditional
Leto.
cartoon Joker, like
he looks kind of like how do I describe
what's
it?
his name?
Like I'll just pull up a picture of him to show it to you. Live Google search of Harley Quinn Joker. We're doing it. Here you go. This is what he looks like. I'm showing him a picture.
Okay, yeah, closer to the like original design.
Yeah.
I cannot think of man's name. It's like
you talking about
something
Heath Ledger?
Hamill.
Did you guys Joker scene from Teen Titans Go where it's Jared Leto's Joker?
No.
Fucking with him?
Oh my god. No, dude, no. Have you seen, since we're talking about Teen Titans Go now, because I just had these like two scenes. No, I don't watch the show, but I had like, but however, you can watch the whole show and the original show on HBO Max. Not sponsored. But no, there's two scenes I saw. They had one where they brought in Darkseid, who's just like this comic nerd lore. He's just this super evil big bad who just wants to wipe out all life in the universe.
Love it.
He literally he shoots these eyes, like beams from his eyes that like turn you into like nothing. It's called like omega beams. He's literally using a thing called the anti-life equation.
The anti-life equation.
Yeah.
So, It sounds like some super diluted dark matter type of concept.
So he's just this evil dude, and he's fighting the Teen Titans, and he has this very, gravelly, dark voice. And as he's talking, Starfire comes up and is like, "Mr. Side, would you like a lozenge?" And he's like, "Oh, actually, yes, I would." And he eats it,
and then he goes right to normal.
He's voiced by Weird Al Yankovic.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's talk about Weird Al Yankovic for fucking.
And then the other scene that I saw, they meet fucking Snyder. They meet fucking Zack Snyder. And he's literally sitting in on a weight bench curling weights, as he's got posters of 300 and Batman versus Superman and fucking Justice League on the wall. And they're like, "Hey, Zack Snyder, it's our 100th episode, and we're really wanting to give us the Snyder cut."
The Snyder cut.
And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "Sure, I can do that." And it cuts to black, and the animation style has completely changed into this super high quality, they looked actually sick, and it's it hurts me that they made this, but they show it and they grab dirt, and it looks like the animation of him curling his hand in the dirt looks so real. Dude. And they start charging. Beast Boy turns into a dinosaur and eats a thing in half, just rips it in half.
Jesus.
It starts raining, and they're like, "Where'd all the rain come from?" And Cyborg's like, "Who cares? It makes all these shots look way more cinematic."
That's awesome.
I'm just I don't watch the show, but I see these scenes, and I'm just like, this shit's funny.
I mean, it sounds kind of good.
It just doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Yeah, I mean that's good content though.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
for sure. I'm one of those kids that grew up on the OG Teen Titans.
Same.
And you can never beat that for me.
I mean, obviously, a big fan of Raven.
Dude, I shared a thing on Facebook the other day that was early 2000s kids being indoctrinated by television to be in love with goth girls.
Yeah, that's real. That's very real.
And it's just Raven did that.
Raven, fucking Shigo,
the chick from fucking Total Drama Island.
Yeah, dude. She the one. Fucking that rock band from the Scooby-Doo movie.
Hex Girls, they're gonna put a spell on you.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Put a spell on you.
It wasn't the Canker Sisters for you.
Bro, the Canker Sisters. Marie kind of bad though. Man. Well, I think that's episode 17 in the bag, man. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Dennis. Go ahead, plug your shit one more time while I mourn. While you're plugging, I'm mourning the death of my friend.
And so am I, because he
Just kidding, he's not dead.
No, he is, Andrew. You
killed him?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh shit.
I did that shit.
All right, you heard it here first,
canon
folks.
now. But check out BRGNDTV on YouTube. Album coming out. We'll have a date if it's not already out when you listen to this.
All right, guys. Sayonara.
Love you.